Pests. They are everywhere. And we hate them. Even the word pest is annoying. For centuries, humans have been trying to get rid of these creatures, like we did smallpox, and like we should do Taylor Swift. But they always come back, just stronger, somehow. But what if there was a way to destroy them inside out? Stop them from multiplying completely? Imagine that. Imagine the world without mosquitoes. No one to bite you in the summer. Nothing to make you itch. Well, this is actually possible, and it's called a gene drive. So, what is a gene drive? It's a little complicated, but bear with me. We'll get through it together. Simply put, this cutting-edge technology aims to eradicate pests by altering their genes, rendering them unable to reproduce. Essentially, you're programming a self-destruct sequence into the animal, where if it gets 2 copies of the same gene, it's rendered sterile and thus dies out. This ties in nicely to our Gen 2052 unit, where some of the techniques used to analyze, sequence, and modify genes have been taught. This includes Illumina gene sequencing for working out the sequence of the target gene. Researchers also likely use recombinant DNA technology to modify the target gene, namely CRISPR-Cas9. The whole process ties in nicely with gene variation and how we work out what genes do in the genome and also where they are, using satellite RNA and microRNAs. Now, this sounds absolutely amazing. I know. The benefits are enormous. Islands plagued by invasive species could be restored to their natural state, allowing native wildlife to thrive once again. Mathematical models also show that this strategy could work, where a single introduction of just 100 mice could eradicate a population of 50,000 within 5 years. But this technology isn't without its risks. There are concerns about unintended consequences, such as the gene drive spreading to non-target species. This would spell ecological disaster with a capital D. Ethical concerns also exist. Should we even be meddling with nature to this extent? Shouldn't we let it do what it does best and find solutions for itself? Maybe? I'll let you decide where you stand. Me, personally, I chose the article I based this video on because it brought me something new, and something being applied in genomic science as we speak. I want to discover more about how genetic engineering, and in this case gene therapy, is being used to solve novel problems. How are we working on solutions and discovering problems at the same time? It also tied in really nicely with the population part of population genetics. Look, I know that isn't what they meant by that, but hey, it's still a population, whether it be mosquitoes, mice, or humans. Overall, the article nicely introduced and elaborated on the topic of gene drives, which piqued my interest. This helped me solidify my understanding of the practical genetics involved. I do believe this is important research. Expanding knowledge is never a bad thing. I can only really hope it's used for the betterment of society, since genetic manipulation in and of itself is kind of a grey area right now. Anyways, thanks for listening. I hope you learned something, and I hope it sparked your interest in the ever-growing world of genomics, the science of the future.